All right, Mr. Sadi. One of my questions is, why did you choose to work at Mount Carmel even though you live in Michigan?
It was before they didn't go hand in hand. So I was living in Chicago in Hyde Park when I first started working here. And then when my wife and I started family and moved out to Michigan, I thought it would be a good thing to still have a job, so I continued to work here.
Why did you? What interests you in theology? Why did you become a theology teacher?
I think two reasons. There's two parts to that question. It seems the sense of being a teacher, the vocation to be a teacher, and then more specifically to be a theology teacher. So, teacher, I've always liked working with kids and doing that. I didn't do it right off, though, after school, because I was kind of living in fear, if you will, in the sense of like, well, I think maybe I should be a teacher, but if I was no good at it, then what would I do with my life? Then I don't know. So I did other things first, and then kind of like found my way into teaching. And theology, because just always been interested in it, part of it, and the value in creating a relationship with Jesus and helping others to do that as well.
Okay. And in your own words, what is your own personal definition of vocation?
What God's calling you to be in your life. God wants us to be the best possible version of the person that we are, and that's different for each person. I don't think that there's necessarily just one vocation, like in your life. For example, should you be an electrician or a lawyer and like you somehow blow it type of thing by choosing the wrong one. I don't think God works that way. God works within us, like helping us to figure out what our talents and gifts are, and says, yeah, those are what I want you to use. I don't think it's like forcing you to do something that you hate or anything like that. So vocation is that calling from God, and then our response to that lets us know that we're doing this more than just, it's different than just getting a paycheck type of thing.
What do you believe has led you to finding your vocation?
I was involved in a prayer group for a number of years, and I think that sense of going every week and just being with 6 or 7 different, the same people, 6 different week, talking about the scriptures and discussing God's presence in our lives, that probably helps me better understand what God was calling me to do.
Okay, well, I want to thank you, Mr. Rosati, for taking the time to answer these few questions about vocation.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Like the author Palmer, Mr. Bizzatti had the same definition of vocation, which is a calling from God that leads you to what you're going to do in life and be happy doing. Mr. Bizzatti had second thoughts about becoming a teacher because he didn't know if he would be successful or even be good at it. But a prayer group helped him become a theology teacher. Like Palmer, Mr. Bizzatti took many paths on finding his true vocation, like the prayer group I talked about, and helped him become a theology teacher he is today.